Hi there, welcome to my channel and welcome to part 4 of Fabulously Filthy with Emily Parcel. I'm picking up partway through the last part of the last episode because immediately after Emily completed the second milestone I made a start on the third milestone because the first thing on there was to take a shower 3 times in a dirty shower, which Emily's shower is dirty at the moment, so I thought rather than waste time and potentially have someone clean that shower before I get the chance to, I just made her immediately take 3 showers, which you will see in a moment. So there you see there, she has to take a shower 3 times in a dirty shower, which I had her do straight away, and the next thing was to get her to eat 3 spoiled meals, which I'm going to be doing next. But I'll just quickly let this bit run through. As you can see, her shower is absolutely filthy. And straight away there, that has checked off 1 out of 3, and I just put her right back in. The good thing about doing this part of the aspiration, the same as when I did it last time, if you have them just do it 3 times one after the other like this, the first time they do it, it's a normal length of shower, but the second and third time, because their hygiene need is already full, they don't take as long. They only take a fraction of the amount of time in the shower, so you can check this part off very quickly like this. And there it is. That's her showered 3 times in the dirty shower, and that's that checked off. So the next thing to work on now is to get her to eat 3 spoiled meals. After Emily had her shower, she did autonomously go to the toilet, and the game is paused there because I had just remembered then that one of the other parts of this stage of the aspiration is for her to not wash her hands 3 times after using the toilet. Now last time that I did this, Emily was a slob and I didn't need to micromanage this because she never washed her hands after going to the toilet. But if your sim is not a slob, it's quite difficult because they automatically queue up, flush the toilet, wash their hands. So you have to be quite on top of it to sort of pause and cross off what they're lining up and then assign them something else to do so that they leave the bathroom without trying to wash their hands. So she has done that now, and that's 1 out of 3. And now I'm going to try and get her to just go and use the toilet again and do the same thing. Can't remember if you can just go to the toilet 3 times in a row like you can with a shower. I can't remember if they will still use the toilet even if they don't need to. We'll find out in a moment. Okay, so she is using the toilet, so just cross off. And I've already got her lined up to dance next, so she's just come through to do that, so that should check off 2 out of 3. It's quite a delay in things getting checked off, which is always a bit frustrating when you're watching it actively like I am. Okay, so it still hasn't marked that off. I'm wondering if it's because I asked her to use the toilet when she didn't really need to use the toilet, or if it's because she hasn't flushed the toilet. Sometimes it's a little bit sticky with some of these points I noticed last time. Sometimes the cooking the meals, it had to be an oven cooked meal, and sometimes eating the spoiled food, she had to completely eat the food. She had to eat the whole meal, she couldn't just have a piece of it, she had to eat the whole meal and then get that sort of uncomfortable, I want to throw up moodlet, and if that didn't come through, then it didn't count. So let's see if that one counted now it's just flushed. Yeah, okay, so that's counted as 2 out of 3. So I'm going to line up for her to go to the toilet a 3rd time. That checks that off, and that is 2 of the 4 steps of this stage of the aspiration done already. And then eating the spoiled meals isn't going to take too long, and inviting the guest over while the house is filthy is also going to be pretty straightforward as well. So this stage of the aspiration isn't actually too difficult to complete. And there we go. That's that checked off. So that is her now completed 2 stages of the 4 of this milestone of the aspiration. Emily was tired, so she's gone to bed, that's fine. So while she is sleeping tonight, I'm going to sit food out to spoil. I believe she's got some meals prepared in her fridge. If I just take them out and sit them on the counter, by the time she wakes up in the morning, they should have spoiled, and they should all have multiple servings. So that will let me get her to eat 3 meals, 3 spoiled meals, and check that part of the aspiration off as well. So looking at them there, the pizza is the one that's going to go off the quickest. When they're in the fridge, it obviously says they've got several days, and it's proportionate when you take them out. Like the breadsticks had the longest there. If I'd taken it out, it probably still would have been fresh by the following morning, whereas the pizza will go off in a couple of hours. It's the middle of the night and Davin is at the door. Emily's still here because I didn't send her away yet. The original Emily, the scruffy Emily, is still here. Current Emily is asleep. But the original Emily is still there because she was invited over and she hasn't left yet. But Davin shouldn't still be here, or shouldn't be here, especially not at this time of night. The 2 of them are having a wee chat there. I wonder if he's getting a bit confused, muddling up the 2 Emilys. And even in her sleep, Emily's getting the embarrassed it's not usually like this moodlet, just because Davin came to her door and that was another guest at her door and it triggered that moodlet. Which is good that that didn't happen last time, and the fact that it's happening this time I think should make it easier. Where I fell down last time was on the final stage, the final milestone of the aspiration, where we have to throw a dinner, I don't think it's a dinner party, we have to throw a social event in a dirty or filthy house. And it was just never checking off. Even if I got silver or gold for the event, it was never checking off. And when I looked up why, the response that I found on the EA forums was that what triggered checking that off was that embarrassed moodlet, was that the sim doing the aspiration got embarrassed to have friends over for a social event when their house was that dirty. So hopefully this time this should work. Everything so far has been going quite well. Hopefully it continues that way. That's Emily up now, and she's very hungry. That's good because she's about to eat a bunch of disgusting pizza. And the good thing is when they eat spoiled food, they then want to throw up. And if you make them throw up, they get hungrier faster. But like anything else, you can just make your sim, like with the shower and like with the toilet, you can just make them eat 3 meals in a row, which I intend to do to get that checked off as quickly as possible. Okay, that's Emily finished it, and that's it just checked off. So you see it just checked off when she actually finished eating it. So they have to finish the entire thing for it to count as eating spoiled food. It's not enough for them to eat a half-eaten plate of food that you've maybe had them eat and then go to bed and they finish it the next morning, or for them to take a few bites and put it down. They've got to eat an entire serving of a meal for it to count as eating spoiled food. So none of the other dust bunnies in the house are anything other than regular dust bunnies. I wondered if the filth fiends had shown up, but not yet. And I've just noticed that Emily wears the bunny slippers. And I hadn't made that connection before that she wears the bunny slippers, and her house right now is full of dust bunnies. I think there's 5 on the ground floor alone, but none of them are actually filth fiends yet. So the ground floor must not be filthy yet. The upper floor I think is filthy, but because it's quite a small space, it's unlikely that the filth fiend will spawn there. It's more likely to spawn on the ground floor, but we don't need to do that until the next part of the aspiration anyway. So we've got a little bit of time for that to happen. I asked Emily to pick up trash downstairs, and for some reason the spoiled pizza from upstairs has disappeared. So I don't know how she was able to pick that up, because even if she'd gone upstairs to pick it up, she wouldn't have been able to take it back down because it's a ladder connecting the two. And normally when they're on the top floor, if you ask them to pick something up and it's a ladder, they take it to the ladder and then just drop it on the floor and it becomes a pile of trash. So I'm not really sure what happened there, so I'm going to have to take out something else to spoil for her to get her eat 3 spoiled meals. I'm still completing the discovery quests to get a bit of extra money, and the one came up for ordering the pizza, which I've just done because the pizzas spoil pretty quickly, and Davin's delivered it as the pizza delivery person, so since he's here I'll take a photo with him. And that's just checked off another part of the aspiration. So it looks like invite a guest over while house is dirty or filthy. Because I took a photo with the pizza delivery person, that's counted as me inviting a guest over. I don't know if that's because I was already friends with Davin, and now that I've taken the photo and I'm socialising with him, he wants to come into the house. Why are they taking another photo? That's Davin taking that. Why am I in control of Davin's camera? That's a bit of a strange one. I've never had that before. Okay. That was really strange. And I don't have those photos in my inventory. I only have the ones that Emily took. I don't know what happened there, and he's not randomly joined my household. I don't know, but that's one of the weirder bugs I've come across, to randomly get control of a sim that's not in my household, but okay. Kiyoshi is inviting Emily to GeekCon, so I'm going to accept that and I'm going to go with him just so I can build the friendship with Kiyoshi a little bit more, just to maximise Emily's opportunities to have someone that she can woohoo with. Coming back from GeekCon, Emily is tired, so I'm going to get her to sleep just now, and that'll also get time to pass a little bit quicker, and the food that is sitting out upstairs should hopefully spoil while she's asleep. Okay, so we've got the pizza 7 hours and the breadsticks 8 hours. Okay, so it's quite a while until they'll spoil, but they will spoil later on this evening and I should be able to get her to eat a couple of servings of that. I'm trying to keep Emily busy while I wait for the food to spoil. It's getting really quite difficult micromanaging her because she keeps autonomously trying to clean, especially the bathroom. So I'm literally having to watch everything. I could turn off the autonomy, but I don't really like doing that. And what is this? This is Davin in what I assume is his hot weather wear. What is he wearing? That's those same shorts that he was wearing before. But it's more of what he's wearing on top. Oh, and look at his face. He's obviously dazed as well. Oh, Davin, that's not it. That's not the look. Oh, he's doing that thing where he's a neighbour bringing me a special gift. So I will invite him in because whatever he gives me, it'll be a collectible that's probably worth a bit of money. And it's worth getting it and selling it. I wasn't going to invite him in. I was going to ignore him because I can't deal with him in that outfit. But, okay, fair enough. I'll let him in and I'll see what he's got for me. You better not just be offering me that lump of clay, Davin. You better have something better for me than a lump of clay. Okay, he's put the clay away. There we go, he's given me something now. It's got a nice glow. And Emily seems quite happy, so it must be something semi-decent. Okay, he gave Emily one DJ candy. I suppose that's okay. Better than nothing, I suppose. I was going to chat with Davin, but he's just got up and walked out. I don't see a message saying that he's leaving. I think he's away to see to the garden again. Yeah, he's watering the garden. He does that every time he comes over. That's maybe one of my neighbourhood action plans now that I think about it. I've maybe got green gardening in on this neighbourhood. I think we do, because I've noticed that Bess also goes and spontaneously waters my garden when she's here. And it looks like he's coming back at least. So the pizza was spoiled, so I had Emily eat a piece of it there while he was out watering the garden. And I'm going to get her to eat one more. And that will be that part of the aspiration complete. Just close this off because I don't want to be doing all these discovery quests that don't give me money. I had also left the breadsticks out and they are now just about to spoil, so I'm just going to put them in the bin. And I'll put the pizza in the bin because Emily doesn't need to be eating any more spoiled food. And there we go, milestone complete. And that's checked off now. So that's it, that's the third milestone of the aspiration done. So there's just one milestone left, which is the final hurdle of the fabulously filthy aspiration, but it's also the most difficult and it's also the one that tripped me up quite a bit last time. So once this refreshes, we will see exactly what that entails. So knock over 3 trash cans, throw a party social event in a filthy house, appease a filth fiend with a filth tribute, and of course woohoo in a filthy house. So for now, I'm going to send Emily to bed because she is absolutely knackered. And I'm also going to end this episode here for today. And next time we will pick up starting off the 4th part of the aspiration. I'll probably just do the kicking over the trash cans first because that should be relatively easy. I struggled a bit with that one last time because I forgot that you needed to be angry. So I have an idea. I'm going to put a piece of angry art into the Salty Paws Saloon because I know they have an outdoor bin that's always got lots of trash in it. So I'm going to send her there, have her look at the painting and then kick the bin over 3 times, and that'll be a nice, quick and easy way to check that one off. And then we'll have to sort of chip away at the other 3, and it will mean getting a romantic relationship up high enough with someone else that she can woohoo with them. And I should have a filth fiend appearing in the house any time for me to do that, and that's easy enough done because you can feed the filth fiend as often as you feed the dust bunnies. So that part should be nice and quick. But then that leaves us just with the social event then, and hopefully it works this time. Fingers crossed. We'll see how it goes next time. Thanks for watching.